So welcome to Legend of Runeterra. So the patch came out today, so if you play the game you can now already download the patch and play with the new cards. So first of all, to show the cards in here, sometimes, okay, cards. So first of all, you can see in here the team, how it is now, the card. Okay, you can see that they changed it. So now it's like this. You can see it's like the sheaf of these yordles, like that, and then his evolution too is different. Like everyone afraid running from explosions. You can see it. There we have Feast too, that they changed the artwork. It seems better than the previous one, like with shark in there. On the previous one it was like kind of idle that it was. Then it has Lulu too, and the level 2 of Lulu that it was changed, but I don't see the difference. And then Armandigger level 2 that was changed too. So first of all, we have here the Bundle City to see new cards from Bundle City. So as you can see, Lulu and Armandigger level 2 they changed it. You can see, like, I don't see the difference, but they changed it because they show it. That's like what changed it. I think what changed was only to put double region only, is what I think. So we have here Tristana. As you can see, I have +1/+0 for each multi-region. All you have summoned this game. When you summon a multi-region, ally granted +1/+0, and to level up you have 4+ multi-region allies. It's like, I don't see a lot of people playing with her because it's all about multi-region, so like double region always in there. So it's like many people won't be playing with these cards because it's like +1/+0. If it was +1/+1 or +1/+2, maybe people will play, but it's +1/+0. It's like it doesn't give a shield, so it's easy to kill. So like maybe people won't be playing with her. And then the artwork of her, like everyone going to the teleportation that goes to other regions. And then level 2 is same thing, of course, but it gives impact. That then I will show how it works. This keyword, but it's like doesn't seem like interesting, the card, right? Like to play. Like impact is okay. You, like they say, you can stack if you attack with a lot of characters that have impact. It can stack. But it's like it's worse than Overwhelm is what it is. Then we have Ziggs too, that's from Bundle City. So like I said, this card will be played, but it depends. Like you can be with Sheriff or Zillion. It depends because it's all about destroying landmarks to level him up. And of course, when you attack, deal 1 to my block and then next. So easy. It's easy to know how you play with him. It's all about landmarks to level him up. And here it is, the artwork, very good. Like it seems that this guy, like for what it said on the it seems that it's his father or like that. And then when he evolves, deal 2 to my block and the enemy next. When an ally landmark is destroyed, deal 2 to enemy next. So meaning that he's like very aggro, like try to kill the enemy next. So if you level him fast, it's gonna be easy for you to destroy the enemy. It's gonna be hard to block him because you need to kill him because he deals always 2 or 1, depends on level that you are, to the blocker of him. So imagine him, like you give him a quick attack, you can't stop him. And it is the artwork of it. It's like it shows for Ziggs they gave the effort of giving good artwork. And then of course it has his spells, right? These that deal 2 to an enemy or deal 1 to 2 enemies, depends of you. And then you have these deal 1 to Ziggs block and to the enemy next. Like I say, he's all about enemy being fast to destroy the enemy. Then we have Poppy. Like I say, Poppy, you're gonna see her being played. I don't know if she's gonna be like top tier or not, but it's gonna be played because attack grant me an allies with equal or less power than me, +1/+1, so immediately better than Tristana. Immediately, so you can see like, immediately that Tristana is like garbage and Poppy is better. And to level her, I've attacked with allies 3 times, so easy. It's super easy to play with her and to evolve her. And then when she's evolved, she has impact again, and attack grant me an allies with equal or less power than me, 2+2 and impact. So again, very good card. You're gonna see play with her, but you need to play with cards that has same or less attack of her. Don't forget about that. So you can play with Misfortune, Twist of Fate, like that. So you are always giving them defense, armor, power. And then of course her spell, Poppy's Keeper's Verdict, place an enemy unit on top of the enemy deck, create Poppy. So very good. Then we have Vega. It's like people are playing with him. It's not like strong, but they are playing with Sienna because she creates darkness too. So it's easy for both of them to evolve. So Vega is like, it is not to attack, it's all about to stay back and use always the darkness, always about that. So when I'm soon create the darkness in hand, if you don't have one, if you have, it doesn't, if you have a darkness, it doesn't create other, it gives you is a 1 extra damage to darkness, like that. And to evolve, to level him up, 12 plus damage with darkness that you need to do. And this dark work like is like for those bad guys from video games. And when he levels up, when I'm soon and hunt start, create darkness in hand. If you don't have one, hunt start, grant your darkness everywhere 1 extra damage. Your darkness can target anything, meaning that in here you can only target enemies. When you level up, you can target the next two if you want, of course. And there's like inside, like this I don't understand. Why is inside of a robot if in League of Legends is nothing about that? And then of course he has his spells, Vega's Event Horizon, stun an enemy, then stun all enemies with 2 or less power. Is like, okay, it's a fast spell, but it costs 5, and it has his enemies with 2 or less power. It's like not very good. That's why nobody plays with this spell. And then we have the darkness, of course. It's a slow spell, but because of how it works, it's very good. But people are playing is with Sienna because of the darkness, so it's easy to evolve and being fast. So these are all cards from Bundle City. Then we have Bilgewater. Let me take out that. That it is Nami. It's the Nami. Like I said, she was going to be strong because how her description works. So she's one of top tier decks already that people are playing with her plus fees, and it's all around the elusives because you can't stop because like elusives, and it's like how you can stop that? You can't. So it's like you are wrecking everyone fast with elusives. They can't stop. Like Vega Sienna can stop because of the darkness spell, but it's super hard because you don't have ways to block elusives. I think like Riot still didn't understand that elusives can't be super powerful, and they need to put the cost of elusives higher because like that they aren't like okay. It's impossible almost to stop them, but you can. The cost has to be higher because a lot of elusives that are being played are like cost of 1 or cost of 2, so they are easy to play, and it can't be like that. That's why now because Riot never pay attention to elusives. That's why people like are playing with Nami plus fees, and it's all around the elusives because it's hard to stop them. So with Nami, cost of 3, immediate, easy to 3. It's easy to kill her, right? But it's like there is a lot of things to protect her. And like when you cast a spell, grant +1/+0 to the weakest other ally that isn't immobile. It's like This kind of stupid, right? Like, oh, that isn't immobile. There isn't a lot of cards that do this. It's like you have Ash when she levels up and when she attacks, that puts, but it's like that's why people are playing with this. Like the deck of her is very very good because nobody does this almost like. And then you get to 11, you gain a 7 plus spell mana this game, and that's easy to do it. So in terms of leveling her up and description, it's very good. That's why she's a top tier deck with Fizz immediately. And it's like the artwork, like how they did the Nami. That's why a lot of people want this Nami on League of Legends, because the Nami that exists on League of Legends, the artwork is not very good. And people saw this and they want this on League of Legends. The problem is, who did this is not right. It's a company outside. That's why. And then level 2, when you cast a spell, grant +2/+1 to the weakest other ally that isn't immobile. You can immediately ignore this because it's hard. You have someone that is like this. So immediate very good again, like. And that's why you go for elusives, because nobody can stop. And that work very good. And then of course, like I told yesterday, the spells of her, they are very good because you start with this. You have this one, deals 2 to a random to an enemy or the enemy next, and create flow. Heal an ally or your next 2 and create a ebb and flow in hand. That's it. Deal 2 to an enemy or then next, and heal an ally or your next 2. But there is other cards, other spells that you are always creating tidal waves that do a lot of damage to the enemies, and last one does the damage to everyone. So that's very good too. That's why, like I said, Nami was going to be played. Then we have Demacia. I don't think Demacia is only Poppy, yeah. Failure doesn't exist. Ionia, I think doesn't exist. New card. It's hard to remember all cards. Sometimes you forget. No. Nox, there is. That is where it is. Sion. That is only the new one. Like there's some people don't like play with Sion. It's like it seems very strong, but people don't like to play because of how, like, okay, he's 3/6 and costs 7. Nowadays the games are super fast. They can end on round 5, 6, so it's hard to reach to him. But then the description. When I'm discard, grant your strongest ally overwhelm and place me into your deck. I have +1/+0 for each card you are discard this game, max 7. Because of the discard, you need to discard cards for him to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And a lot of players don't like that because you are getting without cards on your hands. That's one of issues of Sion. But if you know how to play carefully like that, it can be super strong and hard to defeat. Because 3/6 you can go to 7 only in level 1, and of course to level him up you have discard or summon 35 plus power. Okay, it's like you can play with him with Draven because you have the discards, or Jinx because you need to discard to Jinx to level her up. So you can play with those 2 cards or others, but it's gonna be hard because Jinx and Draven are known by discarding cards. And here it is, level up, like Dart work, very good, not bad. And then you have to level up, that's he becomes a 10/6. He has Overwhelm, and then he has Last Breath, Summon Sion Return, that is this, a 10/4, of course, and Ephemeral. When I discard, grant your strongest ally Overwhelm and place me into your deck, of course, because you can discard him. So it's like, he seems very good, but the problem is the discard. That's the issue of him. Then his spell, to play discard a card, kill the weakest enemy. It's like, if it was the strongest enemy, I think the spell will be good, but he's the weakest enemy, it's like, eh. And of course this is always good when I'm summoning Rowley. Not bad at all. It's like, that's why I say Sion seems good, but the issue is the discard, is what it is. Then we have Piltover and Zone, I think, no. You have, yes. I forgot about Caitlyn. I always forgot about Caitlyn. So Caitlyn is, like I say, it's a Teemo, but an improved Teemo, because Teemo only puts the shrooms right on the deck. She's different. She puts flash bomb traps. That's this. Deal 1 to a random ally. Deal 1 damage to a random ally. That's from the enemy team, and you are doing damage always. So it's always good, and it's an improved team. This is how she works. It's like, it doesn't cost a lot, okay? Free. This is the issue, that's easy to kill her. She has quick attack, okay? Strike, punch, shoot, flash bomb traps in top 10 cards in the enemy deck. Level up, 5 of your traps have been activated. So it's like they need to, like team, they need to take out a card that has the flash bomb traps, and that's activated. So it's like, she seems good. It's a better team. The problem is the health of her. And when she level up, she's a 4/4. Strike, plant 4 flash bomb traps, handling top 10 in the enemy deck, and deal damage to the enemy next equal to the number of your traps activate this round. Meaning that can be very good. But it's like, again, it's all about the flash bomb traps that she is. That's why it's like, she can be very good, but can be hard at the same time. This the artwork of her is like, not like good. You can see that in here it shows Zyra, because she's like pointing the gun, and if you play League of Legends, you know that Zyra is like a plant, and it shows like someone as a plant. So is what I think it's Zyra. Is what I think it seems like her. And then her spells, Caitlyn's Piltover Peacemaker, deal 2 to an enemy and plant 2 flash bomb trap in top 10 cards of the enemy deck, and creates a Caitlyn in your deck. Then we have Shadow Owl, that is Sienna, where she is, because Vega already showed, because he's from Bundle City, so it's easy. So Sienna, like I said, she's being played with Vega because of the darkness, but she's better than Vega because she's immediate 4/4 and costs 5, and she has quick attack, and she's easy to level her, because first I've seen you slay 3+ unis with spells or an ally Lucian die, but nobody's playing with Lucian because he is bad Lucian, so they are playing with around the slay 3+ units with spells, because you have darkness, so you can kill immediately. And then why she's better than Vega? When a summon or attack, create darkness in hand if you don't have one. Your damage and kill spells accelerate too fast. So very good immediately. That's why they are played like that, because Vega creates always darkness and gives an extra to darkness, and she puts the spell too fast. Like that. And in your dark work, they had shown this in their Twitter, I think that was this artwork. People could see, okay, we're gonna get Sienna because there was Lucian, and when she evolves, she's 5/5 quick attack. When I'm summoned or attack, create darkness in hand. If you don't have one, your damage and kill spells accelerate too fast and cost 1 less. That's why people are playing her. It was easy to know that Sienna was going to be played. Only seeing her, it was easy to understand. It was easy to see, and it's the artwork that Riot showed too. It's like all the Sentinels of Light, these people that we don't know who they are, but fight against the Vega. Is what it is. But this you can understand immediately why she is being played with Vega. And then of course she has her spells. Sienna's down in shadow, kill an enemy and give all enemies -2, -0 this round. Very good. Of course it's a slow spell, but she can put as fast spell. It's Lucian because it's a way to evolve her. Darkness deal 2 to an enemy. Slow spell, but she can put as fast spell. That's no, there is yet Shurima. I forgot always about Shurima. That's Sheriff. Because Ziggs is 2 from Shurima. They already explained why, but it's easy to understand why they didn't want to put as Piltover on Zone, because there is a lot of chance already for Piltover on Zone and for future, and Shurima doesn't have a lot of champions, and that's why they decided to put Ziggs in there. So Sheriff is being played with Ziggs because they can. It's like you play lower cost of landmarks and that have low cooldowns, and like that is fast. And because of when an ally landmark is destroyed, deal one to the weakest enemy. So because of that, immediately it doesn't cost a lot and is a free. To level him up is the same as Ziggs that destroy 4 ally landmarks this game. So easy to do it. Here it is the artwork of him. Then when he evolves, when an ally landmark is destroyed, deal 3 to the weakest enemy. Immediately, like you are doing a lot of damage to the weakest enemy. Of course, people will prefer to the strongest enemy, but that won't be fair because, come on, it's too much damage. So they do the weakest enemy. Here it is his artwork, very good, like electrocuting someone. And then, of course, he has level 3, but you need to restore the sun disc. That people don't play with it, but when he goes to level 3 is like this. Round start, deal 5 to the weakest enemy and the enemy next. If an enemy unit will die, obliterate it instead and is a 5/9. Meaning that if you reach to level 3 with Sheriff, it's almost a win. But the problem is to reach to level 3. It's like Naz, like Renekton and Azir. If you reach to level 3, it's immediately a 100% win for you. That's why, like, round start you deal immediate 5 damage to weakest enemy and enemy index. It's like, come on. That's why, and he shows here why he gets so powerful. And then, of course, he has his spell, Sheriff's Right of the Arcane. Destroy an allied landmark or one of your mana gems to deal 4 to an enemy unit. So you can destroy your landmark or one of your mana gems to deal 4. So it's a good spell. Of course, it's a slow spell, that's the problem. And of course the sun disc, because you need to go to level 3. And I think it's that all the champions, right? On Targon doesn't exist, no champion new, so those are the new champions. Like, it's easy to understand why people are playing with Nami and Fizz, because it's all around the elusives and of course spells. So that's why some people are not liking it, because it's again elusives back to the game. So people are complaining because it's elusives, and Riot still didn't understand why people don't like elusives. It's same thing of Magic the Gathering, that fly characters that add fly, it's impossible to block them. It's same thing, but at least Magic the Gathering, the characters that have fly, or they have low damage or they cost a lot. Riot doesn't do that. They put character giving elusives more damage. That's why people are already criticizing that. So it's like, I hope in 2 weeks they nerf the elusives. Like, what I will say is, like, put the cost of elusives bigger. Don't change nothing about them, only the costs. Is what I will say. So then you have the event pass. If you want, you can buy it and you get everything that's premium. But if you don't buy it, you have certain things that you receive for free. And now where it is that to do it is challenge in here. Okay, so in here you have 3 things to explain. No, a lot of things. So you have mischief makers all across Runeterra, maximum impact, harness the darkness, and flash in the pan. So it's like to explain certain things. Okay, you need is to explain these pranks, how it works. It's not a new keyword, but it's like I don't know why they don't put as a new keyword. You're gonna see why. Okay, prank. Okay, pranks 1. Pranks can disrupt your opponent's hand. Play some pranks to frustrate your opponent's defense and win this rounds. So pranks is pick one of 2 non-champion cards in enemy's hand or deck and prank it. So you do this. So this, you can see the cards that he has on hand or deck, and you have this choice to do: grant -1 power and can't block, grant -1 and vulnerable if you want. So what you can do, I think it's choose what you want in here. This should be play already. That's my bet. -2 power. As you can see, it's always appearing, so you take out everything.
Eyes up here, or I'll cut 'em out.
I think I did bad already, right?
You won't feel it first.
You can't block. Okay, like this. It works too, but you need, like, okay, in here is the only being bad. You need to pay attention to everything. Pranks are a great way to get jump on your opponent. You need to pay attention sometimes, because sometimes it's not always decreasing damage. Sometimes you increase the damage to the enemy, but other things that is bad in there. Okay, now what? Pranks can be used to take a peek at your opponent's hands at the same time. You are gonna assume if you have cast a spell, this grant me illness. So you want to do this first for these cards. So grant +2. See why the enemy is very good.
Listen well, the waters speak through me. What's it say? Speak up.
So he cannot block. So do always this grant plus. This one thing that is interesting for the game, that people are like say, okay, it's interesting, but at the same can be bad, because like you are seeing the cards on hand of the enemy, so you are helping the player. And see why they lose. Look at this, you can't stop, so that's why. But this is why Nami is strong. That's why she's a top tier deck already. People already discovered that she's top tier with Fizz, of course. Okay, this one is already done. This only to understand pranks is like it's fast to be. Then in here, multi-region cards. Only you to understand what means multi-region. It's only for the players understand what they mean about that. Multi-region. So here you go. With multi-region cards, you can bring the best of all worlds together. Play your multi-region cards to win this round. Okay, so we have this. Your multi-region units cost 1 less. Play manifest and a multi-region follower. So you can see. Deal 2, cost 2 if you have a Tristan or you have someone or cast cards from 4+ digital. So they want us to do like this.
Carry not unto the egg.
Cost 2 like that, and now we do damage to this, kill there, and now we kill. Multi-region card allow for a world of possibilities, of course. There is that landmark that has the win condition immediately that you need to play 10 multi-regions. So that's good too. Okay, what now? We have Tristan, Ziggs and Vega. Some cards require you to play multi-regions to get bonus effects. Pair them up when win this round. So they are talking about Tristan. So we play Lulu in here. We play Fizz. Okay. We play a Timu at the same time. you can see Draven has an interaction with Timu that says, "What the fuck is that?" So free, take out that. Now we use this to take out this, because if you see 4+ regions this game deal 3 damage. That's the buster shot of Tristan. If you play League of Legends, you know what is that. Unlike that, it's a win-win. Yordle power. So it's like Talk is saying the Yordles work like this. It's like, yes, it's interesting, right? But it's like all about multi-region, and people won't go around that. That's why nobody's playing with Tristana yet. Sometimes takes some time to discover, but I'm not seeing people going for her. Then we have maximum impact for that keyword impact, that is like overwhelm but weaker. But like they said, you can stack. If you attack with a lot of cash with impact, you can stack, so meaning that you are always increasing. Okay. Impact. When a unit with impact strikes while attacking, they also deal damage to the enemy next. Use that knowledge to win this round. So everyone has impact, as you can see. So you're gonna see how it works. So I'm attacking, always doing damage. Impact is a great way to get damage past strong blockers. See, always doing damage, at least one damage like that. But overall, does immediately all the damage that should be, that's why. Impact keyword that you can stack up, start making your hits land even higher. Use Poppy to grant your other units impact and deal tons of damage. That's like you play Poppy like this. Help them to get. Boom. They're gonna feel that one because always stacking. See? It's interesting, but you know that it's like lack of idea already. It's what it is. Impact is flexible keyword that fits into plenty of strategy. Get create to finish your opponent this round. Okay. Plunder. I need to do some damage. Place a fall in play into your hand. Deal 5 to a unit. Plunder cost less. It's like what they want is deal 5 to a unit. They want us to attack first. Because you're gonna do damage. I think it's like this they want. And then it's done. You have made a huge impact. It's like it's showing that with that impact then you can use the plunder keywords. Like okay, it's good, like, but that's why like nobody liked the keywords. People immediately said it's overwhelm. So anyways, to all about the darkness, I think it is to explain how it works. Yes, Agnes the darkness is to explain to people how it works. Use the power of darkness to win this round. You want to create darkness to in your hand. If you don't have one, you kill. Like that. He gains 1 because the augments. If you don't know about augment, when you play a created card, grant me +1/+0, and then you win. This is a good card. Like that's why people were saying that you could see Sienna with Victor or Vega with Victor, because Victor is all about created cards. So like darkness is a created card too. Darkness can be buffed by many other cards. Invite Vega along to power up your darkness and win in 2 rounds, is what they are saying. So let's see. You play Vega. Okay. So kill these. Heal 3. Because it's 3 in 2 rounds. And be like, how? I needed to kill someone, so someone had to die in the someone had to die on the other round. I needed to attack with the other. Okay. Woo. Going back. Takes some time because I can't do this faster. Because what they want is you to do like this. Put 1, use darkness, because only those 1 damage. Do like that. Now you, because why it's not me attacking? Okay. What? The other time I could attack, now I couldn't. What? They want me to do like this? No. So what I'm doing wrong? Because you can't kill all of them. So they want what? Because you go always to that. It's easy to understand. Make sure you're using Dicey Face to clear the board. So they don't want me to use it, I think. It's like... So they don't want us to use only now? That's the same thing. It's like, what? Yeah, there is something wrong, I think. There is something wrong, because to clear all the boards. And it's like, if I'm not starting to attack, it's not all around me. Because when I'm soon, create a darkness in end if you don't have 1. Okay. But what is like, you need to win in 2 turns, and I'm not attacking in here. I need to be the attacker. So I think there is an issue. I think it is. If it isn't, there is some problem, because you should be now to attack, right? You will attack with this, but the problem is that you need to reach to 9, and you don't have a way to destroy. Because there is no way to kill all the board with the darkness. So there is some issue in here that I'm supposing. Yeah, it's same thing again. They want darkness to clear the boards. So there is some problem around here. Because darks can be buffed by many other cards. Invite Vega to power up darkness and win 2 rounds. Because when I'm summoner, create a darkness, and when the hunt starts, I'm not understanding what they want. It was always a problem in here of this game that they don't explain correctly, because you can only do this. They want you to destroy, to use the darkness, right, to destroy all board, but it's impossible to do that. Because even the computer knows that it doesn't need. See, make sure you are using darkness eventually to clear the board. This was already an issue that would happen. Because they don't know how to explain to the players.
Good, my brother's friend. I totally understood that.
Because I don't know if I need to. It's like you can't attack, right? It's like there is nothing that like you can only destroy 2 max. They want you to use the darkness to destroy all the board, and you only have 2 rounds. So like like if you want us to clean the board, it needs to be us to have first to attack, no? Like it's not that hard to understand. Because what I'm saying is that they need to do this. But then you only have 2 damage, and it is the issue. So it's Vega needs to be the first to be played. But then there is the problem. There is no way to clean all the boards.
Tear them apart.
Because how I win? There is no way to win. You want us to level up. There is no way to level up because you are not giving us the time to attack first. You are giving the computer the time, it's the opportunity to compute, but the computer is not attacking. Because they want us to do this. Because they are saying to buff the character, but you want us to do this. And then this. But it's not buffing because the round has to start. It's when he buffs. But then there is no more things to do because it is the last opportunity. You can now only kill one and then attack with the other. It's like, this was always an issue on this game. They don't know how to explain for the player. Because this was always an issue on Riot. They have issues on the keywords. Like they don't know how to explain better, and it has to be the place to discover. I'm gonna try here certain things. Because like they don't know what they are saying certain times. So it's like it has to be the player to discover. Yeah, like this. They don't know what they are saying. Like since the beginning. It's since the beginning that they had this issue. See, darkness was like you use the darkness to clear out the board. Like, don't say like that. Just write better. Jesus. Sienna Master over Darkness allows her to cast it as fast speed, defend yourself from the incoming attack, and win in 2 rounds. Okay, let me see. When Answer, create a dark in hand if you don't have. Your next darkness this round costs 0 and deals 2 damage. Okay, so first of all, do that like this. We have to defend ourselves against this. No, didn't want to do that. Because it had to be this. I think I don't need to, to defend with fur, right? No, I need to. No, it's like I know that I fuck up because I didn't want to play this one. There's an Adva can help you take down multiple enemies, group them with Sienna to clear out war. No shit. Like, oh my god, these guys just like riot with their stupid shit in there. Like, because it's like you need to use this first. I think your next has this round costs here. When I'm Summon, created darkness in hand if you don't have your next, because I wanted to use this but I pressed my mouse didn't move to go to that one. Because then they go for this. You summon this. I think because your next darkness like this kills everyone.
Until it's done, and it's never done.
You like that revolve.
Keep your distance.
Like that.
Eye forward.
And cost 1 less because of this. 5 times with darkness. Yeah. This was easy because you reading that you understand.
Battle's done.
You
Back
can't.
to the war.
But the problem the other time it was the mouse didn't move and it was like, oh shit. This is only to understand how darkness works, of course. And then we have flash and pan, that is to know how the flash bomb traps work. It's like, I think everyone knows, like it's like Timu, but you do damage to cards. Meanwhile the mushrooms is only next damage that does. Flash rounds are traps planted in your opponent's deck that deal damage to their units when drawn. Use them to win this round. You do no.
Rookie, this mustache is all
Fuck. Let's finish this because Jesus. It's like I forgot to use the spells. Jesus Christ. Because you know what to do, but you forget sometimes.
You outside.
So as you can see, doing a lot of damage. But instead of doing damage to next, is to handle an enemy like that. Only when she evolves, those damage, like they said in here, in top there, the enemy there and deal damage to the enemy next equal to the number of your traps activated this round. So in there, it's like the round will end and it was 4 and we'll do 4 to the next. So it's like that. It's what will be. That's why I say it's bad. Is like that Caitlyn is an improvement of Team. It's what it is. plant enough flash bombs and you'll be able to take out toughest enemy. Okay, so they're gonna attack. Put shields. Put more in there. For damage, it's dead, and now we attack and we won. See, it's like she is good, but the problem is the health, because there is so many cards that do 3 damage that it's easy to kill. It's like Timo. It was good, but it was easy to kill him because he only had 1 health. It was like that. Target can be used to pile on the damage. Trigger as many flash bombs as you can to win these rounds. Okay, let me see. Play plant 5. They don't want us to play this. Both players draw, so it has to be this. Activate, so plant 5 flash bomb traps randomly on top 5 cards. Activate the effects of all traps in top 5 cards of the enemy deck. What it is, that's the issue now to select. I think it's this, right? Let's see. No. So it can't be her first, okay. Can't we start? Let me pass. Because you need to use first. Those things. But I should read there because it was talking about this card, Corina. But it's easy to need to put this first. That's why you have all that. So you need to do this. Here we go, 6 damage.
Practice, as they say, makes perfect.
One thing that people complain in here of the card is that the equipment of Caitlyn is not the same as in the League of Legends too. Was one thing that people complained at the same time. It's not that it affects nothing in the game, right? But I understand why people complain it. So like that. So as you can see, it's easy. It's like I say, it's a team but improved. But it's like first you do damage to the enemies. When we level up, you do damage at you on the end of a round. You gotta do the amount of damage of many traps that that was drawn on that round to the next one. Is what it is. But like overall, like if I would say it's a good patch, yes, you have a lot of cards to try out, a lot of champions, a lot of decks to go. You have the event, you have a lot, so 2 keywords that they put, so there's a lot of things to try out. The problem is that people already discover is like it is only the first day of the patch that was released, right? But people already discovered the best deck, that is Nami with Fizz, that it's all around the elusive to win. So what I will say is that in 2 weeks, Riot needs to release a balanced patch, not a big balance but a small balance to, it's not nerfing Nami but nerfing the elusives, because like it's elusives. They need to do that. That's what I will say. Like just nerf the elusives, because you are giving, because Nami gives a lot of damage to them, because it's always +1 +0 that she gives per spell. So like they need to change that, because people are already criticizing because the other decks cannot compete with that. It's like Sienna and Vega can try to compete, but it's hard to face them. And the other decks can't go for, because you have elusives. So that's why people are already criticizing. To the events you have this. Don't forget to do these missions for the event to receive points. If you buy the pass, you get the everything. If you only have the free, there are certain things that you can obtain, others you can't. That's the normal way that you go. Yeah, it's like it's a good patch. You got a lot of cards to try out. But the problem is the elusives are back, and a lot of people, when it was SHL Karma, I think it was that deck, that it was all about the elusives too. Nobody was enjoying, but when Riot did some change, that deck disappeared immediately, and now they are back because Nami is giving power to them, and it's like. And you can use spells to kill them, right? But you need to have those spells, and it's like you can't defend. That's the issue. So like I will say that they will need to do something to the game. Like I say, you don't need to nerf the damage or the power or the defense that they have. You need is to put the elusives to cost more. Like that, they need to, like, instead of being playing elusives that cost 1 and then play other cards or spells, if they go and play that elusive, they can't play a spell because you don't have more mana. You need to wait to get more and more and more. So it's what I will say. But for now, for 2 weeks, people have to face Nami Feast with elusives, and if they face that, try your effort to defeat, or if you don't want to do that, play with Nami Feast with elusives and defeat everyone. So hope you guys enjoy here some gameplay of the new keywords that were in the game, and at the same time some new champions cards to explain how they are. So hope you guys enjoy, and see you guys in 2 weeks.